Oh, I'm so glad we had such a good crowd tonight because I'm celebrating actually. I just graduated at the top of my class. I was really surprised because I didn't even know that DUI school ranked their students. But here you have it, Metro Traffic School's finest. Thank you. I'm so glad the holidays are over. Actually, my boyfriend and I, we decided not to do gifts this year. We decided just to break up. Anything's a lot easier, believe it or not. I guess me being on the road all the time was too much baggage for him. It's funny, I saw a really interesting article in Maxim magazine that says you can tell a lot about a woman from the size of her purse. Yeah, check this out. Their theory is the smaller the purse a woman carries, the less baggage your guy's gonna have to deal with. Isn't that just silly? That's so silly. I'm like, please, when I met my ex-boyfriend, I don't think I was even carrying a purse that night. I just rolled out with the joints and a condom in my pocket. But little did he know is that I had a duffel bag and a dog sitting in my car. No, I'm not kidding. He walked me out to my car and he was like, oh my God. He's like, are you moving? Where are you moving to? And I was like, in with you. No, I do hope I meet somebody soon though, because I'm not really good when I'm single. I think what happens is I start to get lonely, and then my standards start getting lower and lower. I remember one time I was at a red light, and I started looking at this panhandler. Well, it was like one of the ones you could tell he was kind of hot before he got all fucked up, you know? And he actually had me wondering, what would street life be like? Because sometimes you see those homeless couples, and they look tight. It's like down against the world, and he's looking out for her, and they pull their finances together, and he shoots her up first. Well, I never had that in my marriage, ever. But I'm doing okay though. I am. I'm having fun dating. I tried being in an open relationship, which sounds very cool and progressive. But basically it was a nice way to say that my boyfriend was out cheating on me all the time. Well, I was home getting high watching Lifetime movies. You may have been in an open relationship and not even known it. So I put an end to that, and as a matter of fact, I stopped watching Lifetime too. I really am done with Lifetime. I don't know if you know this, but the Lifetime network is supposed to be the network for the empowerment of women. But if you ever watch Lifetime, you'll see all they do is show how crazy we are. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, that would be like BET only running episodes of Cops. You know? I saw a real mind twister last week. I saw one of those Red Lobster commercials. Oh my. Seeing a Red Lobster commercial, it reminds me of when I run into my ex, because it's like I see it, and that shit's looking kind of good. But then I go to Red Lobster, and I'm like, I don't like Red Lobster. And they even warn you too, the tagline in the commercial says, we see food differently. Like, yes, you sure as hell do. Yes, where did this seafood come from? A puddle in the parking lot? Even the lobster at Red Lobster are looking at you when you walk in. They're in the tank and they're like, you're about to eat so much cheese, butter, and garlic that you are going to white knuckle it the whole way home and pray to God you don't crap your pants on your front porch trying to find your keys. that is like a universal experience. Like we've all been there where we're like 15 minutes from our home and we're like, oh my God, I'm going to crap my pants in my car. It's the worst feeling. And what's weird is at one point it will go completely away. You'll be like, oh, you made it. I think I'll stop at 7-Eleven and pick up some milk. But then it comes back with like a wrap where you're like, oh, this is it. I'm going to crap my pants in the car. Have you ever had it so bad where you actually start to commit how you're going to get out of your crappy pants and get up your driveway? Like you're like, I'm out of control of the situation. I'm going to shit in my car. That's why you sometimes see underwear on the side of the road. Yeah, they just left Red Lobster. Underwear's a funny thing. I'm in Naples for 5 nights. I packed 27 pairs of underwear. Why do we do that? Don't we all do that? Like, what am I planning to do in Naples that's going to soil 27 pairs of underwear? I can't even eat at Red Lobster that many times while I'm here. You know what I'm thinking. Meanwhile, I have like 52 bras and I wear 2 of them. Look at this. So I beat breast cancer last year. Interesting experience. I really got to see the inequality between men and women when it came to cancer screening. Right, ladies? Because what do? When they screen women for breast cancer, they take our breasts and they smash them between 2 plastic trays, and then they zap them with radiation, which causes cancer. When they screen men for prostate cancer, you know what they do? They gently cup their nuts and stick a finger up their ass. Yeah. So while we're getting smashed and zapped, these assholes are getting foreplay. Yeah. And you know some of them are definitely going for a second opinion, right? But I've been doing some good things for myself, actually. Now that I've gotten through that, I've been learning Spanish on those Rosetta Stone CDs. Me and my friend Stephanie listen to them, but she's getting very annoying. She's like, Jen, I need to be somewhere where I can hear Spanish and speak Spanish. We gotta go to Spain. And I'm like, Stephanie, we live in South Florida. I'd like to go somewhere where we can hear and speak some fucking English. I'll take you to Publix. You know? Have a blast. Have at it. Order a sub. I don't have anything against Spanish people, but can we all agree they need to get some Italians back in that sub department? Holy cow. I'm having a great time here in Naples, though. I went down to historic Naples, which I always thought was, they were talking about the city. I didn't realize they were talking about the people. And this is like Jurassic Naples. Really. Lovely town. But I'm having a great time. I have a friend here. I have a friend here, so I went out with her in downtown Naples the other night, and it was great. It was a great night. Mainly because, and some of you will relate to this, but midnight came, and Jen Hellman could drive herself home. Yeah, thank you. It was a good feeling. It really was. It was a good feeling. And it's great. Like, I went and I sat on the couch to make sure that I could drive, just like I learned at DUI school. Did my whole 10-point, system check. But then while I was sitting there, this hipster dude came up and started talking to me. And I'm into this shit. I am, like the beard and the skinny jeans and the small dick. And while I was talking to him, he went and popped a gummy in my mouth. You don't know what a gummy is. It's edible marijuana. Not my CBD ones, okay? This was edible, gummy marijuana. So then, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. Midnight became 4 a.m., And then I was just in a car. Well, I knew that I was in an Uber because I was, sliding down the back seat of the car. And I went and I shimmied my head through the center console, and I looked up at the guy driving, and I'm like, dude, listen. I am not going to get sick in your car, but you have got to slow the fuck down. And he was like, ma'am, we've been parked in front of your hotel for 20 minutes. Please get in hell out of my car.